The 2019 football season is upon us, and I think NFL is one of the top sports, obviously, around. They just know how to market themselves. Baseball, it's one of the best sports, I think, where everyone is a football fan, for the most part. And one of the things that I like to do, besides just my picks for each week, which I do, and also like speaking about the Dolphins and just football news in general, this is a very, you'll see there'll be a lot of football videos during the year. But I like the over-unders. I like to go over the over-unders, just going what Vegas has and agreeing or disagreeing, with a certain number here. And it's your call. Saints over 10.5 wins. Chiefs over 10.5, and the Giants over 6. First three that I'm going to give you. Both the Saints and the Chiefs, they've had a lot of success last year. As both teams lost in their respective conference championship. Meanwhile, you have the Giants, who are 5-11. They recovered a little bit after a horrid start to the season, but they were still a bad team. I expect the Giants, based off their record of last year, they weren't that bad. Okay, so just going by the record of last year to bounce back at least a bit. When you look at the Colts, who I'm going to go under 7.5, that franchise right now is still reeling after losing, a guy like Andrew Luck. And this is just days before the season was set to begin, not really having a chance to make a trade for a quarterback, go out there in free agency and grab a decent quarterback. One of my unders under 7.5. It's a fallback. It's Jacoby Brissett is how much Andrew Luck dominated that division. And now the division is very hard. Cardinals under 5. Cliff Kingsbury, welcome to the NFL. Everyone's talking about that coach and Kyler Murray right now. And problems that guys like, Kingsbury have in the NFL, or you might equate it to the same type of problems that Steve Spurrier had. They understand the passing game. They think they could run in the NFL. But a lot of coaches forget one thing. In the NFL, you must begin your passing game with protection. Falcons. Strong argument could be made. 8.5 is the number. That the NFC South is the strongest division for the NFL for 2019. Look at a team like the Atlanta Falcons. The team that missed the playoffs last season, but you have to believe that their defense can have as bad of injury luck as they did a season ago. Guys like Deion Jones, Keon Neal back in the fold. The Falcons, I think, seem likely to rebound defensively. Pair that with the Falcons' offense, which is, explosive, has the potential, I think, to compete with anyone that's on their schedule, that offense. I think they're going to have a bounce back year. We're going to go over 8.5. Baltimore Ravens, the number that we have here is 8. The Baltimore Ravens, you might say, listen, they have the makings of a sleeper. They have a new look defense. They are a team that many people expect to drop off on that side of a ball. But when you look at the talent, they should continue to be strong in that regard, right? When you look at Lamar Jackson and the offense, some concern about how effective of a passer he is in year number 2. Will the passing game matter much because of Jackson's ability to run? It has and with the running game, it has the potential to be a devastating rushing attack. Strong defense. Can they compete for a playoff spot? This is a passing league. I'm still going to go with that. And I'm going to tell you that it's going to be under 8 wins for the Ravens. Not sold on Lamar Jackson as a quarterback. Speaking of not sold, I'm also not sold on the Cleveland Browns. Over under 9. We're going to go under 9. Odell Beckham, Olivier Vernon arrived. That Cleveland Browns hype train reached an all-time peak this offseason. You already have a Jarvis Landry in there who's talented. Now this team is expected to be a playoff team under first-year head coach Freddie Kitchens. Might say it's possible. This is the year you might say they put it all together. Changed the course of the football gods in Cleveland. Divisive group, really, the Browns. OBJ, talented, very talented quarterback, receiver, has been injured recently. All antics galore. Is he going to make out with the field goal net this year? Kitchens inexperience. And that relative youth on the roster, there are plenty of people who doubt just how successful Cleveland will be this year. Could make that as make a case for that. Baker Mayfield is your quarterback. It might be the case. But Cleveland Browns' time is not now. Under 9 wins. Dallas Cowboys. Over under 9. We're going to go over 9. There's drama just surrounding that Ezekiel Elliott contract the whole offseason, whole preseason. It was settled. Ezekiel Elliott maybe will be available for game 1. Might not. Who knows? But, it seems to be rapidly progressing that he will be appearing in game 1. Whatever the case may be, I think you're foolish to think that this is not one of the better teams in the NFC this offseason. And you look at the NFC, especially the division, with the Giants in there. I think this team makes the playoffs comfortably. That offense has upside with Dak Prescott at quarterback. A full season of Amari Cooper. Kellen Moore taking over as offensive coordinator. But even more importantly, defense has established itself as one of the top tier units last year. Should be as good, if not better, in 2019. Cowboys, I think, will win double-digit wins for you. Over 9. Just some of my picks, over-unders. Hope everything's going well for you guys. Super Bowl Sunday, NFL Sunday, coming right around the corner.